Taylor, it's good to see you. Congratulations. You did a fantastic job in this film. I loved it.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to see you.
So, my first question for you is tell me what you like most about playing this character.
Um, I like how assertive she is. I like that she has a bunch of different things going on, some side hustles, she's very focused on her intention and what she wants to do in the world. And she also has secrets. And I think that that's why I was drawn to her.
Just fantastic work, my friend. You just really, really put everything into this character, and it really shows. What was the most challenging about playing this character?
I don't even see it necessarily as a challenge, but just something that I very much understood going in, which was, if we're going to be talking about this stuff, making sure that everyone involved, but especially myself first and foremost, knows what we're talking about, and that's really clear and concrete. So I think that was the part of it to me that, I just don't have as much experience with, because I've never played a character that where they've had anything even close to these circumstances that they're going through. But yeah, I think that was the thing for me at the beginning that I was most just nervous about and stressed about, and trying to accumulate as much information as possible before we started.
At the core of the story, it's dealing about an individual with mental illness. Your character are the people outside that are affected by that person's, condition. How important was it for you to get that right, to show that? Because people can relate to this character that you're playing.
I guess because I think, it can look like so many different things. I didn't feel a pressure to get it right specifically because because so many people in different stages in their life, deal with mental illness. But I think just watching Charlie really, play Adam and do the work that he did, that was really inspiring for me. And I was just really like reacting off of what he was doing. And I had a great partner in that.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I wanted to ask you about that. How did you and Charlie decide to approach these roles? Did you talk about it, when you first got the scripts? Where did it all begin for you both?
Well, I think for me personally, I think it's really important to kind of like to keep your character sacred and to do, to make decisions for what you want to do. And Charlie was also doing his thing with his character. There wasn't a lot of like, what are you going to do? What am I going to do? But all of that for me is on the day when you're seeing the person bring what they're bringing. And you don't really have to do anything else. You're just kind of, I'm going off of what Charlie's doing. And it was really special to see what the research that he did, I could see in his acting, with this character. So I was, really, it was easy for me in that way.
Your character deals with mental illness. What kind of research? Taylor, your co-star, was just telling me about your research process. So I said, I have to ask him about that. You spent a lot of time looking into this to get it right. Tell me about that process.
I wonder what she said my research process was, because I don't even really know if I have a research process other than that.
You really studied this to make sure that you did it right. And
right.
That's exactly what you did.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, I think I'm a person that I really, when I don't know something, I want to say I don't know it. And then I want to try to find out, how to know about it as best as I can. And that was definitely the case with this. And I touch with some psychiatrists that specifically work with young men who are recently diagnosed. For me, it was as much as, yes, I was trying to understand the numbers of it and those types of facts. I was also trying to get a real sense of what the everyday experience can generally be like for these people who are, recently diagnosed, how long it takes for someone to get their head wrapped around their new reality, things like that you might not be able to find in a WebMD article or something like that. But that's really just more from conversations with people that really do dedicate their everyday to helping people with this illness in particular, but also just with mental health in general. So that's really where I look to as much as possible. And fortunately, Tor and Pete and Mickey, they had so many resources for me to go to with that. But that's really where I did the bulk of it, I think.
We'll close with this. What are you most proud of being a part of this film?
I think, dealing with subject matter that isn't talked about a lot, specifically schizophrenia. I think it's really important, and I hope that we see more stories about, different mental illnesses that aren't talked about a lot, so people, can feel like their stories are being represented.
I think I'm most proud of the movie just being made, quite honestly, and existing. And I'm just happy that it does exist, and that hopefully people that are looking for a movie like this can connect with it, and it can make them feel less alone, and help them, like you're saying, keep on keeping on and just keep doing and keep going. That's my hope. But yeah.